Live from our Kwaja studios in Blantyre, we bring you the lunch edition of MBC News, and you're with me, Hatso Tebulo. First, the headlines. President of Guinea-Bissau, Umaro Sissoco Embalo, arrives in the country for a day's visit. The swearing-in of Vice President-designate Dr. Michael Usi takes place this afternoon at Parliament Building in Lilongwe. And the Episcopal Conference of Malawi congratulates Dr. Usi on his appointment as Vice President of the Republic of Malawi. President of Guinea-Bissau, Umaro Sissoco Embalo, has arrived in the country for a day's will visit. During the visit, President Embalo is expected to pay a courtesy call on President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera to convey his condolences to the Malawian people following the passing of the late Vice President Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima and 8 others. President Embalo has arrived through Kamuzu International Airport in Lilongwe, and our reporter Mayasoji Kadzula joins us on the line.
Indeed, the President of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau, Umaro Sissoco Embalo, arrived in the country, and the plane carrying in the visiting President arrived at exactly 10:35 a.m. Local time at the Kamuzu International Airport here in Lilongwe. While in the country, President Embalo is expected to meet in audience His Excellency the State President, Dr. Chakwera. And upon arrival through the Kamuzu International Airport, President Embalo, who inspected the border guard mounted by the Malawi Defense Force, was welcomed this year by Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Nasa Tembo, and other government officials who include Deputy Secretary to the President of the Cabinet, Janet Banda SC, Minister of Information Moses Kunkuyu, and Bernard Sande, Secretary for Foreign Affairs, among others. According to the statement released by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, President Embalo will depart for Guinea-Bissau today at 1:30 in the afternoon after having several talks with the with His Excellency the State President, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, at Kamuswara here in Lilongwe.
The swearing-in of Vice President-designate Dr. Michael Biswick Usi takes place this afternoon at Parliament Building in Lilongwe. Dr. Michael Usi is expected to take his oath of office this afternoon at Parliament Building in Lilongwe at 3 o'clock. Meanwhile, the Episcopal Conference of Malawi ECM has congratulated Dr. Michael Usi on his appointment as Vice President. We have details in this report. In a statement signed by Reverend George Desmond Tambala, President of the Episcopal Conference of Malawi, says the conference is deeply encouraged by his elevation to this esteemed position and that they are confident that he will serve the nation with distinction and dedication. Tambala also added that Dr. Michael Usi's long and distinguished career, marked by commitment to public service and a deep understanding of the needs of our people, qualifies him for this challenging role. He said that the Episcopal Conference of Malawi believes that his tenure of leadership as the state vice president will be instrumental in fostering peace, unity, and prosperity for all Malawians, and prays for God's guidance and blessings as he embarks on his new chapter in the service to our nation in upholding value of justice, fairness, and equality for all Malawians. President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera has appointed Dr. Michael Biswick Usi as a state vice president with immediate effect following the demise of late Honorable Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima, who died in a plane crash on 10th June 2024. And the National Advocacy Platform NAP says the appointment of Dr. Michael Biswick Usi as Vice President of the Republic of Malawi underscores commitment to maintaining stability within the Tonsi Alliance. They say the move also honors the alliance spirit. In a statement released by NAP chairperson Benedicto Kondowe, The platform says Dr. Usi's extensive experience as a cabinet minister and development practitioner positions him well to foster unity and guide the nation towards a brighter future. Kondowe says Usi's leadership will be pivotal in supporting President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera's policy agenda in line with the servant leadership concept. NAP says it is confident that Dr. Usi will uphold Dr. Chirima's legacy while advancing policies that reflect the diverse needs of all Malawians in the country. Minister of Information Moses Kunkuyu has disclosed that a team of experts from Germany is set to arrive in the country this Saturday to investigate the plane crash which happened on 10th June 2024 at Chikangawa. In an interview, Kunkuyu said President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera has directed that the team should be supported by granting them unhindered access to all documents, access to all places, including the scene of the accident, the wreckage, medical reports, and should also be allowed to interview anyone they want. The government of Malawi appealed to various countries such as United Kingdom, USA, and Germany to help with expertise in an inquest into the plane accident which claimed the lives of the Vice President, late Dr. Saulos Klaus Chirima, and 8 others.
The President did reach out to the international community to support the government and the nation with investigations into the plane crash, as I will recall. A number of governments have been approached on this. Notably, we have approached the British government, the United States government, and also the German government. The German government has responded. All of them have been engaged in talks, but I am here to announce that the German government has responded that they will be sending a team of experts into the country by Saturday, 22nd June, to start the work. As the President stated, these independent investigations are aimed at determining the circumstances surrounding the plane crash and the probable causes of the crash. We will continue to update the nation on the progress of these investigations. General scope of the investigations that will be undertaken, joined by these experts from the German government, will be shared, but just to inform the nation that the team of experts from Germany has been given free and unhindered access to the site of the aircraft, but they have also been given access to any person or any place or any institutions that will make their investigations thorough and happen without any hindrances.
On the other hand, Kunkuyu also said President Lazarus Chakwera has directed that this year's independence celebrations be marked by prayers and no any celebratory activities, as the country is still mourning the death of Vice President Dr. Saulos Chirima.
Allow me also to inform the nation that His Excellency the President, Dr. Lazarus Makathi Chakwera, has directed that our 60 years of independence, which falls on 6th July this year, will only be commemorated with national prayers and not the usual celebratory events. The President has made this directive so that the nation continues to honor the late Right Honorable Dr. Saulos Klaus Chirima, as you know that we are still in the mourning period of 21 days.
Police in the country have arrested Boni Kalindo and Kamlepo Kalua for releasing fake information regarding the plane crash. National Police spokesperson Peter Kalaya says the act is contrary to cyber security laws of the country. According to Kalaya, Kalindo was arrested last night in Salima, while Kalua was arrested in Blantyre this morning. Kalaya gives more details in this interview with Moson Malua.
This morning we have arrested Honorable Kamlepo Kalua in Blantyre, and last night we arrested Mr. Boni Kalindo in Salima, who we moved to Lilongwe, and he has spent a night here. These two have been arrested on cyber-related crimes. It is to do with what they said through voice notes and through written text on social media to do with the death of the late Right Honorable Vice President Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima. Mr. Bon Kalindo spent a night in our custody, and we are going to take statements from Honorable Kamlepo Karua later on when he arrives in Lilongwe, after which we will take them before a court of law. I should also mention that as a service, we are investigating a number of people who were releasing. We are looking into voice notes and written text that has been circulating on social media, authored by different people, most of which had insinuations on the death of the late Right Honorable Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima. The crimes that these two are suspected of committing under the Electronic Transactions and Cyber Security Act. The audios that the two authored and were circulating on social media and the text that were circulating from them on social media have a lot of impact. And what we are doing as a service is to look at the contents of these to do with the law itself. We are saying we believe that they are contrary to a number of crimes that are outlined in the Electronic Transactions and Cyber Security Act. So we are going to ask them questions on what they wrote and what they included in their voice notes to do with the law as it is. We suspect that the contents of the audios have a lot of innuendos, and we are looking at that, what they are insinuating in the contents of their audios, and we believe that these are contrary to the law as it is. I said they are contrary to the Electronic Transactions and Cyber Security Act, crimes that are outlined in this act.
When are they expected to appear before the court?
When we are done with taking statements from them, we are going to take them before a court of law. For Mr. Bon Kalindo, I think it might be possible to take him before court this afternoon, but for Honorable Kamlepo Karua, it might be on Monday or on Tuesday, or maybe both of them can be taken before court on Monday or Tuesday. It will depend on at what time we'll finish taking statements from them.
Chief Justice Rezini Mzikamanda has urged the newly installed Malawi Electoral Commission MEC chairperson, Justice Annabel Mtalimanja, and new commissioners Limbikani Kamlongera and Philip Kambulire to serve the country with the highest degree of integrity, transparency and accountability. He was speaking at the High Court in Lilongwe on Friday morning during the swearing-in ceremony of the three who have been appointed by President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera. Joining us live on the telephone from Lilongwe is our reporter Patrick Dambula, who attended the swearing-in ceremony. Dambula was the main message to the newly sworn-in MEC chairperson and other MEC commissioners. Patrick, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Patrick. Can you give us a picture of how the event actually went on this morning?
People who have been appointed by the president, namely Annabel Mtalimanja as MEC chair, as well as Reverend Philip Kambulire and Dr. Limbikani Kamlongera have been sworn in this morning at the High Court in Lilongwe. So presiding over the event was the Chief Justice Rezini Mzikamanda. In his advice, he told them to uphold the mandate of MEC because Malawians would want to see a credible election which will be happening next year. He also advised them to uphold the Constitution of Malawi because MEC is supposed to work transparently and accountably to Malawians. Again, he said that laws should be the guiding factor in their performance, and he also advised them to add skills and knowledge so that Malawi, the Malawi Electoral Commission should serve Malawians better.
All right, thank you so much, Patrick.
Thank you so much.
And also joining us live on the telephone from Lilongwe is MEC Public Relations Manager, Sangwani Mwafuriwa. Sangwani, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Maybe tell us, how is make commissioners appointed? What is the process?
Well, I would want to tackle it in two ways. First, I should tackle the issue of appointment of the NEC chairperson. The president appoints the chairperson of the Malawi Electoral Commission. But when he is making an appointment, the law requires that the name he is going to appoint should be submitted to him or proposed to him by the Judicial Service Commission. That's the process that is involved regarding the NEC chairperson. For the commissioners, the law was amended that the commissioners should be nominated by political parties, and it's not just any political party, but the parties that have gotten 10% of the total votes cast in the parliamentary election. And then when the president is making appointment, he should consider the proportionality of the MPs of that party in parliament. So the current composition of the parliament is that the Democratic Progressive Party and the Malawi Congress Party are the only two parties that qualified to submit names. Now, for the two commissioners whose mandate expired on 6th June 2024, they are nominated by the Malawi Congress Party. So, in pursuant to the same law, the Malawi Congress Party had to submit two names for which the president has to appoint. So, these ones also have been appointed from the names which the Malawi Congress Party presented to the president. The president does not have the liberty to elect from outside the lists which have been presented to him by the Judicial Service Commission and also the parties in respect.
All right, Sangwani, how relieved are you that now you have the chairperson and other commissioners with by-elections of ward councillors coming shortly? How relieving is these appointments?
Well, the appointments have just come at the right time when we are implementing a by-election in Mansa and Chiraweni, and then we have got two vacancies that have also arisen in June, and then we have got the elections which we are preparing for next year, which we are supposed to start a voter registration in September. So the decisions to be made are very critical, that they should be made by a full composition of the commission. Now that we're on full house, we can say we are going through throttle in implementing all the activities, because at each and every stage, the commission is always guided by the law, and there are decisions to be made, and the decisions to be binding, it has to be made by a full composition of the commission.
All right. Thank you so much, Sangwani.
Thank you so much.
That's Sangwani Mwafuriwa giving us a picture of how the make commissioners that have been appointed has been going on, and of course giving us a picture of the process on how these commissioners and the chairperson are appointed. You're watching the MBC News with me, Mphatso Tebulo. A reminder of our top stories. President of Guinea-Bissau, Umaro Sissoco Embalo, arrives in the country for a day's visit. The swearing-in of Vice President-designate Dr. Michael Ussi takes place this afternoon at Parliament Building in Lilongwe. And the Episcopal Conference of Malawi congratulates Dr. Ussi on his appointment as Vice President of the Republic of Malawi. Welcome back. A two-day energy stakeholders conference has commenced in Lilongwe, emphasizing the need for collaborative efforts to expand access to clean energy, reduce carbon emissions, and create new jobs through increased electricity availability in the country. Minister of Energy Ibrahim Matola says government and its partners are accelerating efforts to enhance access to clean energy. McDonald Chuayula reports.
Speaking during the conference, which also seeks to facilitate a candid discussion on revitalizing Malawi's energy sector, Minister of Energy Ibrahim Matola said government is committed to achieving universal access to clean energy by 2030.
Off-grid solutions and grid-connected solutions. But as we know the terrain of our country, it will take us long to connect some of the people who are at the far end of Untaride and the stretch of 800 kilometers to Maraka. And there are other areas which cannot be reached. Government has got the MAREP, Malawi Rural Electrification Project. But when you look at the definition of MAREP, it targets certain centers or trading centers. But today, the issues of energy are cross-cutting.
Senior country economist and acting country manager for the World Bank, Jacob Angel, agreed with Matola, emphasizing the need to scale up access to clean energy. He said the bank is supporting various initiatives to realize the country's energy goals.
Most of our focus on the energy access side has really been through something called the MAYUP, the Malawi Energy Access Project, which is really focused on connecting more households, both to the grid, to the ESCOM grid, but also by facilitating off-grid solutions, especially solar. And that has had really substantial impacts in the last few years, going from about 12-13% access around 2019-2020 to going well above 20% now.
Commenting on the conference's relevance, country delivery lead for the Global Energy Alliance for People and Planet, GEAP, Colin Zalengera, stressed the importance of unity among sector players to achieve significant progress.
We know there are some countries which already have got a big share of renewable energy, but we still have to scale. And we are also talking of reducing carbon emissions and creating jobs. Now, as I mentioned, this shouldn't be considered as a race against each other. So it's not like okay, private sector, government. So, but it's a race against time, and all of us have to come together.
Statistics indicate that 85% of the country's population currently relies on biomass fuels. McDonald Chuayula, MBC News, Lilongwe.
Communities in Machinga district say introduction of initiatives under the Malawi Watershed Services Improvement Project, MWASIP, has brought relief among communities in the area. Speaking to MBC, small-scale farmers who are operating in farmer clubs say through the project, most farmers in communities around the district are now actively taking part in land restoration activities in critical watersheds to reduce exposure of fields to flood and siltation. Owen Mavula reports.
Chidoti Women Club in the area of Group Village Mtere, Traditional Authority Nkula in Machinga district, is slowly becoming one of successful fish farming clubs. Initiated some years back, the women are a center of attraction in a field widely dominated by men. According to Secretary for the group, Jamila Edward, the fish farming business is helping them overcome financial stress at household level because they are able to earn an income.
Most of the women here are able to support their families through this business. Some of us have even built houses. Through this project, we have received training in land and environmental conservation, which is also key to our line of business.
A short distance from the pond stands Tikondane Farmer Field School, where farmers are into pigeon peas farming, an important green manure crop. According to chairperson for the group, Benjamin Nkumbira, the crop fits in a conservation agriculture system which government, through Malawi Watershed Services Improvement Project, MWASIP, is advocating for.
Through MWASIP, we have been trained to restore degraded land through different interventions. Apart from constructing swales, box ridges, we are also into pigeon peas farming. This crop also helps restore degraded land.
These are but a few practical initiatives that farmers in Machinga showcased at a recent launch of an intervention aimed at encouraging farmers to adopt new farming techniques that can help withstand climatic shocks through programs such as Malawi Watershed Services Improvement Project, MWASIP. The farmers are also being capacitated in areas of land management and environmental conservation at district level. Diana Zambezi is Acting Chief Agriculture Officer.
The whole purpose of this show, showcasing all technologies, is to conserve and improve the soil fertility, which will lead to improve crop productivity. It's our hope that farmers will make use of all the technologies that they have learned from this launch.
The initiative is being implemented focusing on integrated catchment conservation and management for enhanced climate resilience. Owen Mavula, MBC, Machinga.
The Malawi National Council of Sports, MNCS, has called for peace as sporting activities have resumed following a temporary suspension. The suspension, which lasted for 1 week, was instituted after the tragic death of former Vice President Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima and 8 others. In an interview, Council's spokesperson, Edgar Mtulumbwa, emphasized that while the suspension has been lifted, sports stakeholders should continue to honor and mourn the departed souls.
As you are aware, His Excellency Dr. Lazarus Makathi Zabwela issued a 21-day mourning period. So as Council, we are also still in line with that. That is why we have instructed all sports associations and all sports lovers that while they are resuming their different sporting activities, they should also be aware that we are still in the 21-day mourning period. So that is why we have asked them they should remember those who have departed with respect, with honor. They should show a spirit of unity. They should show a spirit of peace, because we are still mourning, we are still in the 21-day mourning period. And they were also asking sports associations, sport-loving people, that whenever they are conducting their sporting activities, whenever they are resuming their sporting activities, they should at least wear a black armband, but also they should try to avoid activities that will show like we are not in a mourning period, but at least let us honor those who have departed in a very respectful way, so that we should give them a very commendable departure.
Well, that item also wraps up this edition of MBC News. A reminder of our top stories. President of Guinea-Bissau, Umaro Sissoco Embalo, arrives in the country for a day's visit. The swearing-in of Vice President-designate Dr. Michael Ussi takes place this afternoon at Parliament Building in Lilongwe. And the Episcopal Conference of Malawi congratulates Dr. Ussi on his appointment as Vice President of the Republic of Malawi. For more news, visit our online platforms mbc.mw and MBC Digital on Facebook and X. I am Hatso Tebulo. On behalf of the entire news team, thanks for watching and good afternoon.
The nation is mourning following the tragic loss of the Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, Right Honorable Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima, and the following sons and daughters of the land: Lucas Kapeni, Chisomo Chimaneni, Shanil Zimbiri, Dan Kanyemba, Abdul Labugeni, Colonel Sambalopa, Major Flora Selemani, and Major Wells Aidini, who are on board. It is for this reason that the following individuals, companies and organizations join His Excellency the State President of the Republic of Malawi, Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera, and the entire nation in mourning with the bereaved families. The board chairperson, board members, the Director General, management and staff of the Malawi Broadcasting Corporation, MBC, inspiring the nation. The chairperson, board members, management and staff of the Center for Human Rights and Rehabilitation, CHRR, Senior Chief Inkosi Perembe, Impi Aike Mukumwenda Mwana wa Mkaya, chiefs and the people of Msisweni Kahalai, Hambanika Se Impi, the national pastors, the board of trustees and the members of Winners Chapel International Church, Malawi. The Minister of Gender, Community Development and Social Welfare, Honorable Jean Muonauza Sendeza MP, and Principal Secretaries, Directors, Management and Staff for the Ministry of Gender, Community Development and Social Welfare. The Minister of Education, Honorable Madalito Kambaua Wirima MP, the Deputy Minister, Honorable Nancy Chaola Mdogo MP, Secretary for Education, Mr. Mangani Chilala Katundu, Principal Secretary responsible for basic education, Dr. Rachel Chimbwete Piri, Directors, Management and Staff for the Ministry of Education. His Worship the Mayor of the City of Lilongwe, Councillor Richard Banda, Council members, the Chief Executive Officer, Management and Staff of Lilongwe City Council, the Managing Director, Management and Staff of Kwezi Buses. Fare thee well.